I didn't get the second thing set up. Oh shit, this is hard to. Yeah, it doesn't really let you set up the thing before. Let me just see what it would look like. These things. Okay, just give me this corner. Oh, that's good. There's a chair in the way. Okay. Thinking if I should start these with music. I don't know. Just probably just get a second channel entirely for these because apparently that's what people do. It probably ruins the that. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, lighting improved. That's good. Yeah. I didn't really put a thumbnail on that. On this, it'll come later. But the title is self-explanatory. This is still. This is like from a weird angle. Uh, so I didn't cover the recent shit that went down. Oh fuck the other thing. I also didn't set up entirely. You may have noticed. But yeah, I'm doing these randomly now. So I'm not gonna schedule it too hard. I'll make sure it's okay. The scheduling is almost gets in the way of doing it, or doing it well. And that's another thing. Okay, I'll cover that before I get into this shit. So there's a lot of people talking about the calendars and time right now and how all this stuff is bullshit. Stick with me here, right? Don't be, whatever. And I think they're right. Last year I gave up my calendar. I didn't give it. I just didn't get a new one. I didn't like bravely sacrifice it, but I just didn't get a new one, and I lived more that year than more than I had in the previous years, pretty much. Because you're just living the days, and actually feel rather than just it being numbers quantified somewhere. Now you're just, a whole thing, a whole month, you just, it's just a fucking name. Fucking throw it away. 31 days with the bullshit. And I'll put that into some bullshit. Play video games and rank up and whatever. It's just like putting away, not having a calendar actually in some way helps you deal with time better than having a calendar. I want people to experiment with that if you want to. But yeah, there's people going deeper and they're going, they're abandoning the structure of time as we know it, which I fucked with it. I mean, that's probably accurate. Yeah, but yeah, considering what's going on and shit, you kind of go like, there's no way this is just the absolute correct way to do it. And basically, there's all these ways of fucking have it like calculating the new year. There's still Chinese New Year and all that shit. Our new leaders. So I'm learning, man. I'm gonna get on top of that right away. Shishin. And but yeah, so their New Year's based around something else. And the Nile would flood. This is going too deep. I went too deep into it probably at this point. But they would go, and the Egyptians would base their New Year off of the Nile flooding. So it was a regional thing, basically. As I'm saying, this modern one was made by the Vatican to the Gregorian calendar to have people, now I don't know if I don't know if YouTube's gonna go crazy. It's not too crazy thing, but to make just for people to pay their taxes on time and shit. So that's the whole reason. Their calendar really doesn't even make sense if you're looking at it. December, the deck in December means 10. It's supposed to, but instead, this is rolling tobacco chain smoking, rolling tobacco. Um, I don't know if I don't think the camera even picked that up, but the mic might. I don't know what's going on. Point being, yeah, and then basically all of them don't make sense. You can go down the list. September is supposed to mean something. It's supposed to be 7. Sept is supposed to be 7. It's not. It's 9 for some reason. As you may know from September 11th, 9/11. And yeah, there's all types of stuff like that. Maybe I should go off camera. YouTube's super chill about this shit. They don't give a fuck. So that's why I love them. So I appreciate them. So we all do. But yeah, now for the actual topics here. Time, other than time being fake, illusionary Maduro. I'm pulling for. Right. We'll dive right in. We'll just get the guy. This chick, this character. Look at this guy, right? Okay, now look at this guy. Is that showing up? Okay. We gotta make sure. No, is it? Okay. Alright. Look at this fucking guy. He's acting president of Venezuela. That's kind of funny. Acting. Previous offices, acting president. And I call him a character on the world stage here, and I'm not trying to go too deep into the rabbit hole, but I mean, is this guy not a little happy to be being abducted? That's one part that got me. I was a little captured. I mean, captured. I mean, he's not too freaked out, or he's not. Yeah, look at that. He's like, all right, yeah, let's duck down. Yeah, they kind of they hit away the other ones are more. He gave 2 thumbs up in one of them. I said, why would he be giving 2 thumbs up? That's an interesting one. Yeah, he's an interesting character, man. I go, what is this guy up to? What is he up to? And the amount of wardrobe changes, I go, that is just incredible. It's almost impossible. I mean, it's just the amount of chafing and rashes he'd have. And then he's got a Nike tech suit, which of course, you just sort of go tech fleece. You kind of have to ask, well, what exactly is happening? You kind of got to go, what happened? The USS Iwo Jima. It's almost meant to just sort of shock your senses. But and I'm gonna tie these together with the other ones here, Maduro, all that, and all the takes on it. And the obvious thing is, they want everybody to hop in and chime in, um, whether or not you have thumbs up or thumbs down, basically. But it's yeah, and that's with all these. So I'm gonna just hit the next one. I'm gonna hit you with the through line here of it. Okay, so now they got names. Okay, or maybe I'll go with Iraq. Okay, first though, let me pull up the Iran shit. Okay, fuck. So now they have these guys allegedly, having completely authentic protests out there as per usual, and they're working hard on protesting, and yeah, allegedly. So now I'm just gonna tie this in. If you were paying attention earlier to some of my other videos, just covering this whole Venezuela shit in the streams, whatever, they were. I mentioned, I'm not a big taking credit person, but for this one, I'll go ahead and take the credit. And it really doesn't matter. It's all comes out in the wash. But Venezuela, the whole point of taking Venezuela, maybe I'm not sure how much I publicize it, so it's fair if I don't get credit. But Venezuela, and they have all the oil and shit. And I was pointing out that that's more oil than the whole world, and they're going to be building a big pipeline through what used to be Gaza, and they're going to be pumping that up to Europe and all this shit. Israel is, and so what they're really doing here is taking control of this oil so they can have control of the larger market, and that plays a role. But it's also, once you have this much oil, and the oil from that would have been available to your competitors, even though oil's become more and more obsolete or whatever, it becomes the fuel now, enough fuel, more than enough fuel to be able to wage a large scale invasion style warfare. If that's what you're into, and there's a couple people who are, and so now they're getting to the bigger prize here, and this is always the big one. The side mission, Venezuela, was just about getting enough resources for the main mission, enough coke for the people to enjoy their lives here at home and at war, and enough oil to be able to do the war in the first place. I mean, still they're still gonna be using a lot. I mean, they use it in everything. They try to. So yeah, there's all that. So the strategy here is pretty direct. I mean, that's why this just kicked off immediately, and all of a sudden we care about Iranian protesters. I mean, I didn't know about that. It's a big surprise to me. I was looking around like I didn't know that was. Yeah, it's in the Constitution. We said, we love Iranian protesters too. We said it. We wrote it down. John Hancock signed it. But yeah, Iran and the game being played there with people, and the resources. That was another part about Venezuela. Like almost, you know, yeah, it's the drinking the drinking the milkshake. It's the it's all been figured out. But a lot of the oil in Venezuela, they probably already drank a lot of that milkshake. If you've watched, and you can only drink so when it's that much oil. So that's probably they really want to make sure. But these guys, took a long straw a long time ago. You know, and Maduro again a character. If they didn't want you to know about Maduro, they would put him up there. But yeah, let me just tie this in with this one here. Well, let me quickly. I just look up Renee right now. I only have it down as Renee. Yeah, okay. But shit. Well, that's a tough segue. But don't worry, the through line is here. It's coming up. But yeah, Maduro. If they didn't want you knowing about that guy, if they really didn't want him in power, he would have never, made it into the new millennia, okay, or whatever. It would have been something they solved a long time ago. However, you know about it. So the idea that they're walking him around and he's a prop now is sort of what he was always doing. Yeah. But yeah, something about Renee. Here she is, Renee, who Ice got, and so I'm not going to break down the whole thing about how this is definitely. I mean, and this goes into my later thing about how they put stories out there that are kind of like just so ridiculous, or just so absurd that it's almost begging you to break out the Matrix or whatever. The real Matrix, not like the Andrew Tate style. Get some Albanian tits in your face, and I don't know what I can say on here. So, but shit. Move this shit out the fucking way. But Yeah, it's it breaks you out this actual thing where they make events. They create these things that are designed to, you know, control you mentally, mind control you, if you want to call it that, right? But really, it's pretty straightforward. It's a straightforward method of making something that would, you know, touch the hearts of the people or what have you. And people just want to believe just because it's on the news or whatever. I get it, but really, really, a lot of this stuff. Do you think these guys wouldn't fake a couple of stuff? You don't think they just believe everything and down the street from? I just go. Sometimes there's other stuff at work. I'm not gonna break down this whole entire thing, but yes, there is a dinosaur in the background. All right, and yes, ICE shot a white woman, a white lesbian. I mean, the second you hear it, you should be like, what are you even talking about? And really, the reason they do these is because and this is maybe the grimmer part. I'll scroll ahead. See that part, YouTube. Don't give me for that one. Let's keep it up here to, I don't know. But yeah, the part that is like left out of these. Yes. Psyops and the through line. Okay. I mean, I could just draw the through line here, I guess. But yeah, just know that these things are very, very concocted for people to feel. Oh yeah, and the grimmer shit is that the people really getting shot by ICE. You think they're gonna be getting coverage on this thing? It's a way to do like it's a controlled, controlled burn as they would call it. And the thing of the larger thing, so that the other stuff doesn't get out of hand that they might be up to. So there's a lot of fucked up shit going on with this particular one. But yeah, here's the through line: is that it's all a psyop. So whether it's Renee or Maduro or Iran, if they got you in there jumping in, cheering on somebody here getting got or whatever. I don't know exactly whatever, but I'm going. They got you. That's the trick. Is just it's sometimes it's as simple as that. Just a little divide and conquer. Whatever. But it's also being able to control people to this extent, right? And it really is like to now you're what are you invested in people getting shot and not getting shot, people you never met, they put it in front of your face forever, and then now it's almost like it's just a way to mind control it. I mean, really, it does just become mind control. Um, yeah. So nice here. Okay. Man. Yeah. The psyops are they're getting dense too, sometimes, but they're also very obvious. Some of them, this one's almost begging you to break out. And they always have some drip feed leaked, oh, we just got a new piece. It's a new piece with a new angle. New footage from a new angle. Yeah, how's that even? How many angles are there? This is kind of crazy. It's always what they do. It's the George Floyd shit. It's the same. I mean, they always want people just on this very base level anger, lashing out, whatever. So they control people, trauma based mind control, and it's worth looking into. I've broken it down a lot here. Yeah. And then this gets me into this one here. Fucking shit. Oh my god. That's using the other mouse. That mouse is not connected to this. GTA6. I'm gonna drink that. Oh man. I'm gonna need another. Yeah. Oh, it's good. That's good. Alright, fuck. GTA 6. Now, this is something I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been, it's something I've thought about a lot in my time here. Now, this gets into some really deep shit here. Where I'm trying to, yeah. But yeah, the point is, guys, don't wait for GTA 6. Yeah, I was just thinking earlier. I was making this video about all this shit that's like that they want us to wait forever for. And it was a part of Stranger Things, and I was mentioning it earlier, but it really is like that shit is the spiritual warfare. Really, you're gonna make me wait forever for something that's probably horseshit. Like, I mean, I don't know if I could probably say horseshit, but yeah, it gets really fucking egregious out there. I mean, really, in GTA 6, it probably will be good, but I'm telling you, it's never worth the wait. The wait is like you just got to live your life and be surprised when it comes out because this shit is just not worth the wait. I mean, you can ask the people that watched the fucking Stranger Things finale. Was it worth it? I knew it wasn't going to be worth it. I knew I was sitting right here yelling at these fucking people about how that's definitely horseshit. And they, and it's bullshit and it's dog shit. And they, they still are waiting there on their New Year's Eve, on their, Christmas Day, whatever the fuck they do. Yeah, that's the spiritual warfare, folks. Just live your life and then be disappointed watching it later. It wasn't that good. I may or may not come back to it. I probably, who knows? But yeah, at least I had a good time. I wasn't waiting for these guys. But yeah, so they're saying they're delaying it. There's rumors, there's murmurs, there's whispers of delaying GTA 6, which at this point I'm not surprised with anything. They should just release the game in its complete form. I don't want it to be rushed in any kind of way. But they probably will rush it either way. They're not going to be able to release the perfect thing, and it's going to be buggy. They're going to release updates and patches. Trying to light it with the wrong side. Mm. And again, for the real OGs, right? So there's all these fake fans, by the way, of GTA and Rockstar. I'm just gonna get this shit out of the way, because it's a lot of these guys that are like really disappointed that GTA like pushed it back. I'm like, and it almost and I. It brings me to this video I have later. It's called The Culture Shift. The algorithm's really pushing it, and so it's horse shit by some fucking Canadian somewhere. But yeah. So they keep coming out here just going, "Oh my god, GTA 6, it got postponed again." Like, what do you? I'm like, you're clearly new here. Okay, you're clearly a fucking pussy. I'm going like, I don't know if I can say pussy, but the point is, it's like it's flooded with these fake fans who are just secretly the Canadian, secretly they don't give a fuck. They started playing GTA 5 years ago. I'm going, that was halfway through the wait. I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know. I was waiting for GTA 5 and they delayed that. I swear to God, GTA 5 was supposed to come out in 12, right? Like, I swear, I have to look it up. I didn't really. Uh, I swear they delayed that one. And I was like, that was huge. That was a larger chunk of the wait. It's supposed to come out. Tell me when it's officially announced. In late 2012 was spring. Oh yeah, they pushed it back until until fall. But that one was closer up. I swear to God, that was like right beforehand. They like announced it, so it was supposed to come out in spring or some shit. Can I just show them? Ah, shit. Oh, here we go. That was groundbreaking. But it was delayed right there. I mean, and so now that's a summer that's bust. I was planning that summer, and I was like straight up. I mean, that was middle school. All right, and I'm saying like this is what I'm saying to the new people out there. Like you're really showing your ass every time you go out there, and expect the fucking game to be out. It has to be showing his ass right there. I'm really like you're really just a bum Canadian. You know, I mean, I have to I have to say something. You know, there's so many of these people too, man. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation. All the speculation videos and channels. You know, that's why you learn to not overhype it. You know, these people are like, you're gonna have to hit a button to breathe in GTA. And now, yeah, yeah, man, yeah. You learn to not just be sitting there going crazy about it and just let it be a thing. But yeah. So there's a lot of these fucking people. My point is, I want the game to be good and playable. And again, when GTA 5 came out, GTA Online wasn't even with it yet until like a month later, which I think is a good way to do it. Rockstar's got that part figured out. Let people play online because it would just be a bunch of just chaos, and let people play the single player before the online, right? Because those people are just hurling shits at each other in the street, like level one, just killing a guy with a stone shit. So yeah, these are the things that we're thinking about, and just trying to keep that level of critical thinking, yeah, and you know, criticism. I don't know what you'd call it. Analyzing this shit because I'm like, yeah, every time I see somebody expecting the game to come out, I almost wish they delay it. I'm like, just twist it one more time on these fucking assholes. I'm like, 1 month, just delay it 1 month. Just watch them fucking get angry. I'm like, fuck you. But maybe that's just me. 'Cause I've been waiting. I've been waiting. All right, I remember waiting. Yeah, sent for Red Dead 2. People don't remember. Like again, I was just thinking about this shit. Like waiting for Red Dead Redemption, the second one, to come out was that was over 10 years. And again, that no, yeah, it's like there's all these new people. GTA is like one. It's the big one. You know, you have to make sure it's well done because it's gonna be there for a while while they do the other shit. Yeah. But Red Dead, waiting for Red Dead. I mean, I was just saying there's still motherfuckers waiting for Max Payne 4. I'm like, you're not, you don't, you have no clue what you're in for. These new guys, I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know. And there's all types of strange shit going on with Rockstar and Take Two and strike busting and shit or whatever, union busting. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna get too deep into all this shit. All right, I'm going like, I'm just telling these guys, like, you, you're not you. Ill-equipped. These a lot of these people don't know what they're doing. Um, 126. Alright. Slop. Shit. Yeah, and this sort of leads me into the slap. So this is a kind of a part of this whole slop movement of just like it's part of this Canadian thing. Let me just put this back on here. So I'm just gonna break down the Canadians and the accent people and all this shit because it really is like really is grim, and it's something I've been talking about for a long time, and I don't know if anybody has really taken me too serious on that. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I'm really trying to resolve it for you guys. I'm the only one I feel like really on the case sometimes, but yeah, the accents, Canadian. So you may notice these guys. There's a lot of people out there, and they're basically their whole thing is this the line? I'm trying to make sure it's like balanced, but not like falling off the fucking thing in the frame. Just picking them up. It doesn't even pick up the noise. The point being, goddamn. And I'm gonna try to. Alright, I'm trying to keep it orderly, but I'm gonna try to watch this video, the culture shift I was talking about. It. I'm gonna make it as far into the video as I can, so I'm gonna pull it up real quick. But fuck, man, I got like the stuff that gets pushed in the algorithm, and this is to the slop and all that, is really like uniquely fucking bad. Yeah, and occasionally there's something in there where you go, oh, that might be something, and that's just to like an algorithmic hook for you to stay there all fucking day. All right, culture shift, and then it just turns into more mush for people. It's really like it really is a fucked up thing. But one thing I've noticed about these channels, fuck, shit, at the video, shit, please stop, please, oh fuck, please stop. Oh god, it's so dumb. To the video, it's just so dumb. Um, but yeah, one thing I've noticed out here is that so the algorithm will only push things that are like confirmed to be dumb. Like which I'm like not trying to be like mean to the algorithm or whatever. And I appreciate YouTube. It's one of actually the most stable apps right now. Um, with everything. I mean, it's like, and I already talked about that internet theory, but it's like X is already gone. That is dead internet. You're talking to robots and third worlders. It's some cyberpunk shit. You should not engage. And then Instagram has been gone. That's just AI generated images of food and architecture. It's horseshit. You kind of go, that's all that stuff's gone. TikTok is just rotting people's brain. As far as these things go, YouTube is up there, but the algorithm, you can tell, is honed not to give you things that are complex, challenging, and complete. These things are made to be anything but that. Um, and they really make sure that's ad friendly. Okay, and that thing's going right up to the top. It's getting 10 million views. And no one's gonna learn a goddamn thing. Okay, and that's good. But that's fine. But I go, there's only how much of that can fill up the algorithm before it just turns into a thing of or it's over. Hmm. Something to think about. I don't know. I have some algorithms on here. I have multiple. I try to keep multiple algorithms on YouTube, and a couple of them are just fried. Like it just shows just the same horseshit, and then a couple of them aren't. I mean, it's just really, it's like it's something. I keep them there just to because if you use one algorithm, it will just be, you know, just the most destructive things. Like it's kind of crazy how it. I have this quote. I don't like the person the algorithm thinks I am. The algorithm really is like, yeah, the algorithm's crazy out there. So stay off that thing. The slop, the algorithm, and the loops. Now, the loops is our bigger one here. I'm trying to help out you guys. The loops are, it's cold out. There's like a freeze. Freeze of Arizona. It was like 30 something degrees. No joke. No joke. It's fucking cold. But, yeah. Uh, shit. The loops are pretty fucking, malicious. So what are the loops? You're probably wondering. You're probably sitting there going, I'm just a dumb guy, right? I have no clue what's going on. Well, the loops and the way I use it here is basically it's the schedules that they put people on, uh, kind of semi unconsciously, right? You could just sort of picture a loop. It could be as simple as I'll use Joe Rogan for example because everybody knows Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan comes on, 10 a.m. or whatever. It is okay, and it is, and so yeah, time check. They What people are counting on is that episode to release. day in and day out, and it automatically occupies hours of your day. Just Joe Rogan talking to some random. It's always some weird guy. It's always some like, yeah, you can't tell like, is he like a Zionist like sponsored like horny old man? Like, it's a strange thing, but sometimes he has good folks on there too. But every now and then you go, trying to watch it, you're just going. He's like, yeah, I always think of that one guy. His name was like Gad Sad or something. He goes up there, he goes, Joe, I'm so hard right now, Joe. You go, oh, yeah, ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, ew, yeah, but people watch it. They wait for it. They wait for it day in day out. And the guy just sits there and he goes, oh, Joe, it's like it's like pressing up against the seam of my pants. It's really gross. It really is gross. Like, I'm not joking. That's like a quote, a direct quote taken directly from the fucking source. Joe Rogan and Gad sat down and talked about how hard they were. And it was strange, but people wait there and they watch that for 3 hours. And, before you know it, it's the afternoon. And now you're watching the news. And now you just spent another fucking 3 hours and it's fucking, you fucking ate. You did it. Now you eat, I guess, or whatever. Like, who knows? It's like, I was watching, I try to get my news from multiple sources. Whatever. I was watching Jimmy Dore's live stream. This thing, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but the thing is 4 hours long. Right? The sun sets, yeah, goddamn. And then at the end of it, there's, maybe a half a dozen clips, that are about 10 minutes long. You got, what the fuck did I just do? So if you're watching Joe Rogan and Jimmy Dore, and maybe whatever news thing you're waiting for at the end of the day or whatever the fuck. Now you're just every day is just this continuous loop, of just of this shit. And Joe's got some of the most productive days to be uploading. I'm trying to. Yeah, to Monday sometimes it's better to hit the ground running. I'm here on a Monday. Yeah, I was waiting for it. That Sunday sometimes you're just waiting if you enjoy what you do sometimes. And yeah, if you don't, then maybe not. But just waiting to hit it to go. This is me hitting it right now. But yeah, this is these are the destructive loops, and it can be different for whoever it is. If it's SNL and Rachel Maddow and shit, or if it's Alex Jones and fucking Turning Point. I don't know what people watch. I really don't. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, but the point is you want to be able to break these loops, break the loop, and then make the loop. You want to make your own loop because ultimately you just end up in some kind of loop. But it is good to break every now and then just to be able to at least, whatever. I mean, because this is all just them putting you into their time frame. They talk about energy vampires or whatever. And I'm not calling these people energy vampires, but it's sort of like, it's a similar thing, I guess. But that is it's where it's sort of really analyzing on that level. I mean, that scale of production. And the thing is always there. That's one thing I understand. I have to tell myself is like that thing is always there because I'm still waiting for stuff in loops. I'm waiting for that Tim Dillon Sunday, Sunday morning to get the real news, to get the actual news as it pertains to the real world. Right? But it's like I could watch this at nighttime. I can watch this and I don't have to be sitting, waiting, exactly for the in the morning to watch. You see how it works, how you get sucked into a loop. So I'd tell people break those loops and make your own loop. You have to make your own time gears in the watch. Because these guys will put their own in there, and now you're moving on their time. It's really fucked up. That one's a bigger psyop. So it's like about the slop. That one goes into loops, and the loops are just, and it's not necessarily on these guys either. They're making good stuff, and they deserve to be rewarded for it. But it's just sort of like, as far as how far does it go before it's destructive for people? Because I see people on, perpetually online out there just waiting. And they're going like, fill my trough. They're waiting. They're going, where's my slop? And I get it. I go, okay, yeah, but it's important to be able to recognize these things. And if you want to do something other than that, yeah, definitely then don't do the thing. That thing. But yeah, it kind of moves me into this 2026 uh, review here. You see, is there anything I can get imagery of 2026 already? Probably not. Probably the things I can think of aren't great. Okay. Well, if I look at events, 2026 events is. Oh, right, yeah. Winter Olympics, so cool. Yeah, I'll put this. Okay. Going skiing. All right. 2026. Just looking at this is like boring. This is better. Somehow this is better. It's less fun. But yeah. 2026. I've noticed already is the year of quitting. Quitting things, not in a bad way. Quitting is a good thing sometimes. As people quitting smoking, I quit drinking coffee. You may have noticed, or maybe you didn't notice. Who gives a shit? But I stopped drinking as much coffee, and I was a habitual, consistent, binge drinking black coffee. I was on there, and this is just a interesting, unique anecdote. Don't mind me, but I was really chugging black coffee, and I had forgot somewhere along the line that I don't even like coffee, and that it gives me anxiety. Like caffeine really will make me anxiety. I start shaking uncontrollably. I fucking can't go public places and shit like that. Yeah, who knows? Like, I mean, it turns into a mess. Is what I'm saying. I never enjoyed it. I was always like jumpy, and I just turned my life. Yeah, I was like literally like a some type of crackhead level. Yeah, I understood like Hunter Biden and Richard Pryor. I don't know. I was like, I turned my life into this thing that just would contain my the inhibitions of caffeine and spliffs. A lot of chain smoking spliffs. Well, it was not great. It was not a great habit to develop. And yeah, it would give me horrendous anxiety. And I just forgot. I was like, I just wouldn't go out. I would just go like, okay, I'll live in here. I drink coffee. I can't go. Like that was my approach. The coffee would fuck me up more than anything. Yeah, I can get incommunicably high, and I still go. Yeah, I'll go out there, whatever. But caffeine, once I'm like strung out on caffeine, I just feel it. I can hear other people's thoughts and shit. I'm going, I have to go inside. I have to go inside. I'll look at a screen for a couple hours, smoke or something like that. Yeah, then I'll be back up. Yeah, and I had to stop. I think that was good. I also tried to stop smoking, but I couldn't. Well, not that I couldn't, but I didn't. I chose not to. I talked myself out of it. In exchange, I stopped drinking coffee. It's worth mentioning these things. It just doesn't feel good to be tethered to things. Yeah, I try to tell people. I don't know. I'm like, it's just that feeling of if I don't get it, I get it. Like I'll get a headache from not drinking coffee. Like it's like coffee isn't. It's not the hardest thing to find, but it's not like it's just everywhere for free. And, it's just sort of like you have to sort of figure something out there. And it's a wild thing to realize. Like, no, I don't even enjoy this. I said, what is it? What did I even let this thing even turn into? Yeah. But yeah, quitting It's the year of quitting, and it's also the year of how dumb are you? Now, this one, I don't want anybody out to take me personal. All right. The year of how dumb are you doesn't mean anything directly about, you know, pertaining to anybody watching this person. Yeah, the person on people, whatever. Um, enjoying it. Yeah, okay. So, but how dumb are you? How dumb are you is basically this whole year so far. It almost goes straight into just measuring directly. That's the point of these psyops almost. Is how dumb are you? So let me break it down here. Essentially, it's like when you see Maduro getting captured, you know, how dumb are you? Do you think it's real? Do you think this is an actual? Do you think he was actually like the president and they like kicked in the door and like they didn't already have some type of relationship with Maduro, you know, somewhere? You know, or this is possible. You think that they didn't already have the Venezuelan oil? Do you think that they, or you know, it's like how dumb are you? Is sort of they're gauging it. Like, you know, it seems like a big absurd thing, but they can tell how dumb you are by how much you're panicking. Really, Iran. How dumb are you? Do you think that is a real, authentic protest that America is going to show you? America, just the propaganda network of the American Empire, feels the need to show you the protests in Iran. You know, it's not about, you know, it's not a direct IQ test about, you know, the score and all this, but you can measure again, and it's a game of, you know, and it's going to decrease my CPMS if I say it, you know. So I'll say I got to come up with a new name. Dumb or deep state? I'll come up with dumb, or are you dumb or are you deep state? Okay, and so it turns into a thing where you're like, hmm, hmm. What do you call dumb or fed? Fed or federal agent or a dumb guy? Where they're trying to hype you up about Iran or Maduro or Renee. How dumb are you? Shot a white woman down the street from where George Floyd was murdered, allegedly. How dumb are you? Are you gonna? How do you react to that? Basically, you know. So there's a big. And GTA 6 has got to be delayed. How fucking dumb are you? You know, if you think GTA 6 is coming out when they say. You know, they can tell. They can just tell. Are you freaking out about that? Are you overhyping it? You're like a little kid, you know. Again, thinking you're gonna have to. We got a Shark Tank in the fucking middle of the mansion. I'm gonna toss bad guys in. You know, yeah. You just go like. There's a lot of they can just tell. You know, it's not a direct. Again, it's not like a direct litmus test. You know, score. That's yeah. But this is a good way to tell. It's a good way to tell on the fly. It's a fentanyl test strip of dumbness. Yeah. So here we go. That's basically 2026 for me. Let me wrap it up here for that. And the culture shift. So I'm gonna try to watch this. This will be my third time trying to watch this video. All right. So I have Tube Buddy activated. Don't freak out. Oh, everybody stay calm. And if I call this guy dumb a bunch and a Canadian or, you know, whatever it might be, respectfully, not, respectfully, but not in a bad, not like maliciously, not maliciously. Like I'm trying to, get the point. All right. Hopefully it'll play. Like sometimes it doesn't. You know, I don't know.
Things are changing.
It's like, bro, the election was 2 years ago. Like, really, I'm like, the election was officially now it counts as 2 years ago. What the fuck do you think you just discovered here? Like, really, I'm like, can X needs to release the thing where you can see like who's in what country and shit. And you tell they need the thing X has. I'm like, bro, this is like horrible. This is like, are you secretly like this guy's secretly he's Canadian. There's a lot of secret Canadians on the algorithm. Yeah, you think I'm trying to blow this shit up? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm like, And they say stupid shit, stupid unrelated shit. Let me just get this one. So the Canadians in the algorithm, it's like I made the video already, but they are outside agitators. They are these. It's a cloak and dagger game, and I've been watching them since the days of King Batch. I've had my eyes on these motherfuckers. I mean, I'm telling you, I was like, I saw King Batch coming in. I was like, bro, I don't know. For real, I was like, I'm watching this one. I'm stalking this prey right here. This particular, I'm stalking the predator, really, maybe. But you're going like, this is bad, and he was just doing blackface, and as a Canadian black, you kind of go like, that's not. Yeah, he really set shit back. Yeah, I'm not gonna blame him. But I'm like, I would prefer they got rid of the Civil Rights Act than King Batch continued to have a career. If we got to erase King Batch's career or the Civil Rights Act, we had to choose one, or keep the Civil Rights Act. I don't know. Either way, I think we can get rid of both of them. Honestly, at this point, I go, let's just. He almost makes you question if we should start from scratch. Oh shit! But the point is, I've been watching. All right, and there's these accent guys, and when I say accent guys, I mean from all over the world. South Africa, white South Africans telling people what to do, what to think, and what to feel. I'm going, motherfucker. You should be under motherfucking Guantanamo, right, for the things you did, right? I thought you said you were keeping them in cages or something. Right? I thought you were going to the Hague for that shit. You're just hanging out telling people what to do. You go like, what? You should be in real deep shit. All right, I'm not even gonna at least I don't know where you're supposed to go once you do some shit like that. Really, I go like I don't know, but you're definitely not supposed to tell people what to do. Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. And then Australians, goddamn New Zealanders, I don't know who they have. They have new ones every day. English, British, whatever. And they all have their issues. And they all have their issues, and they gotta come here. And they have to tell you, what exactly you should be doing, how you should be living. There's John Oliver to tell you that you've been living wrong all along, and you've actually you got to live different now. Said I said earlier, I was like, hey John, I don't go over to fucking Liverpool and tell you to smack the monkey brains out your fucking hand and tell you to cut it out. I don't do that. I've never done it. I've never ever. I wouldn't even consider it. But they come over here and they do these egregious acts. So it's just something to think about, And they have these accents. They have these, Canadian tells. Are they like joyfully aloof? There's almost something gone. There's something gone in them. You're going what? You're looking for a soul in that. You're looking for something. It's like a country of gingers, but occasionally there was a couple of good ones. I don't know what happened. But and my guard's been up on the Canadians. I mean all the Canadians, not just the King Batches, but the Ryan Reynolds is brother guy. Tell me why I try to watch Ryan Reynolds interviews. Some on Netflix things they've let him some shit. It was the least funny shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like legitimately, I was like, "There's war crime footage more hilarious than fucking Ryan Reynolds without a script." I'm being honest. That's just an honest review. God damn. I'm going, God damn it. And I was like, I wanted to believe in it. I was like, trying to enjoy it. And I was like, shit's ass. Shit's ass. Maybe it was a bit he was doing, but not being funny. He was trying to be as not funny as possible. I don't know. Point is, guard up. You got to keep your guard up around these guys or sum up. Accent people, Canadians. And so, point is, the way that ties in here, This guy's probably a Canadian. I'm just fucking guessing. And it's an educated guess, and I'm probably right. Guy's a fucking Canadian, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's gonna pretend he does, and tell you what you should think. So yeah.
If you teleported someone from 10 years ago to today, their first impression would be that not much has changed. Phones got big.
And I'm telling you, the algorithm loves people this dumb too. Yeah, things changed in 10 years. You go like, wait a minute, wait. In 10 years, things changed. You're supposed to go, oh. You're supposed to go, what the what? I'm rolling. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go. But yeah, Canadians that are this dumb.
Bigger,
Yeah.
prices went higher, and GTA6 still hasn't come out yet. But us who have actually lived through that period, though, we know the truth. We know nothing is the same. A couple of years ago, hip hop was.
Oh my. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a Canadian. I'm like, I don't even have to look into it. I'm like, YouTube, please email me if this man's a Canadian. You know what I'm talking about. This man in the fucking YouTube knows. The great culture shift. Email me. I wish YouTube worked like this. I wish I could just tell. Yeah, you email. Can I direct contact? That'd just be annoying. But the point is, I really don't wouldn't reach out too much. But the point is, this is like really, really simple shit. I mean, I don't know. Did anybody not realize? And it felt like really the Kendrick shit. They're not really gonna go into the Kendrick Drake shit beef, which is obviously I gotta use the. I put this on a jar. I gotta use this. Unfortunate. Uh, anyone could have told you how that was. Again, I mean, Drake stopped rapping in 2013. I would say that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know why they had a rap battle. It was some type of maybe a pot battle. Hey, I'm down here now. Shit. Wait, should I just stay in frame? Wait, you see? Oh, YouTube. Girl, YouTube. Bro. Man. Damn. Mike is picking this shit up. Dang it. Yeah, I might create a second channel to stream on because my shit is like, I don't know. I guess everybody has a second channel for the shit. I think I'm destroying my channel. I mean, it was not like it was, flying. It wasn't taking off, but I was like, why does everybody have a second channel? It made me worried. I was like, shit, maybe I should. Yeah, fuck. But, it's fine. I might, whatever, chop these up there. So, this is, should I just start this fucking video? I can't believe it wasn't fucking playable, bro. YouTube is like, all right, YouTube. Email me if this guy's secretly a Canadian, the guy who made the great culture shit video. Please, YouTube. Thank you. Peace. Love.
The biggest genre in the world. Now it's dead. Just yesterday, everyone was holding their tongue and staying peaceful.
Oh my. Again, it's like a guy that just woke up. Like literally, no pun intended, just woke up. That's like were you under a rock? And this is like what the algorithm wants to put. It's just like and I'm not trying to shit on the algorithm. I'm not trying to shit on YouTube, but this is what pops up. This is what popped up on like all my algorithms. It was this one. I'm like, you think I want to watch this shit? I got about 5 seconds in before I realized this would be some dumb shit. Which is like nothing against, excuse my language. I'm going, what is this supposed to be? And it's not challenging. It's not learning. You're not learning anything. This is all shit people know, but they made it look cool, which is fair. It does look cool. I give them credit even on that. Yeah, it's well edited. All put together, but I got what are we really getting from it? Yeah, I would like something that, whatever. Should I just play the fuck video? What's that?
EC. Now, nobody cares. Today, I want to answer the question on everyone's mind. What the fuck?
It's like, where you, what did you miss? Like, really? Like, really, what happened? Like, really, what did happen that you missed? This was clearly the trend for, like, really a while. Really a while. It's probably been over 5 years now. It's been about 5 years. I mean, even when it was like, woke or whatever, still wasn't like, you can't say. Hey, they're still saying horrible shit. It's like it's just like a labeling of the times. They always try to box in a thing and label it, just marketing and whatever capitals. But you go back to the hippies and the yuppies and all this shit. It's the same thing that they do to fucking everybody, and it's just, it makes it easy to package. They always go, the hippies when turned into yuppies. And it's like, that's kind of true, but really, the hippies were doing something. The yuppies just were something else that came in there. They were already there. It's like it just became a thing where you're like now trying to shift the cultural lens in that perspective. The thing is just like, I don't know. Again, these are dumb analyses of these things that are relatively fucking, you could learn something from. I don't know, let the video play. Whatever. It is well made. But
Happened. These are the 5 stages of a culture shift.
Stage 1. Beginning.
Welcome to the year 2014. We're here at the tail end of Obama's presidency. The V-necks are cool, Instagram filters and Vine videos are at their peak. Got him!
I don't know. Is the camera picking me up here? Am I, I'm just okay, cool. Is it? All right, that's good. Look, yeah, it's a fine video. Were things like really that PC? Like, you really, I mean, they kind of were, but at the same time, it was like they were still pro. Obama was blowing motherfuckers up on a daily basis, innocent, whatever, and non-innocent. Occasionally, maybe they might get one of those guys. But it's like they were just, they were co-signing the most horrific shit. That's the whole meme with the fucking Lockheed, sponsored, fucking bombing run with the, pride flag on the tail and shit. You go like, that was like the whole meme. It was like they're still voting for Hillary. It was like, was it really even the thing that I feel like once it started hitting on some shit that was a little bit more, I don't know, unifying as far as post October 7th and things like this, all of a sudden, that's really when these things hit. Again, another thing this guy won't mention because they want to keep it dumb, like some like dumb kid watching fucking teens react or some shit. Like, really, you kind of go like, motherfucker, are you serious? Like, can we get something in the algorithm? And this is the same thing with movies. Where it's like, is there something in one Timothy Chalamet movie, one Zendaya movie, if you want me to respect these people, can we get them one time not being in a kid's movie? Like, one time. One time I'm supposed to take them serious. And I will. I mean, I've got to watch Marty Supreme, maybe. Maybe I got to watch Challengers to really get the emotional depth here. But I'm like, I really just go like, why are you trying to push this shit on me? Kids movie shit. Like, it's like this perpetual, child state they try to, inflict on the masses here in America, really. And all over the world, but like in America in particular, I don't know. It's like they try to keep you a kid. Disney adult is a thing. That's like kind of foul, bro. That is like crazy. You go like, you're an adult who likes Disney shit, and they're taking a big ass on a ride by themselves. You go like, God damn. You're like, God damn, dude, what are we even doing here? Yeah, that's what they're trying to turn like everything into the YouTube algorithm. Or it was at least, there's always at least a little, I don't know. You can find whatever you're looking for. Yeah, it could be dumb, it could be some kid shit, it could be interesting, thoughtful things. I don't know. And now it's like thoughtful things. It's like a kid thing parading around as a thoughtful thing. So like, you click on it, and it's actually like, here's what happened 10 years ago. You kind of got. Oh, I know what happened. No, that's not the issue. I know exactly. All right, I rolled this. All right.
My name is Jeff.
Everyone is doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, and Happy by Pharrell Williams is the biggest
I
song
was
on the
thinking
planet.
about 21 Jump Street. If you guys haven't seen 21 Jump Street, man, pause this, end this right now. Open up 21 Jump Street on an illegal pirating fucking streaming service. 123 movies, whatever. Pick your poison, and watch 21 Jump Street. It's great stuff, and they got a great cast. My name is Jeff. I was thinking about this shit earlier. Dave Franco, Jonah Hill, and that was like for a brief time in comedy. There was like a little window where like it's really there again. 22 Jump Street's good too. It's one of those solid sequels that lives up to it. Getting out there. Watch it.
The general vibe is, well, kind of joyful.
Clap along if you feel like a room without.
Was this just on a black screen the whole time? What the fuck? All right. Shit. The point is, I don't know. I'm listening to Happy is just not great. It's just, it's fine. And they keep trying to force Pharrell into like, I don't know. Is anybody out there trying to dress like Pharrell? Like, they try to make him a. But it's something I think about. It's something I'm trying to toss out there. I'm like, I'd rather dress like Ye. I'd rather dress like Rocky, ASAP Rocky. I'd rather, there's a lot of people. I'd rather dress like Jaden Smith. I'm like, what the fuck are they putting this guy?
Yeah. You guys remember that? I mean, if Happy dropped today, it would flop diabolically, become a TikTok meme, and get categorized as coworker music all within a 48-hour window. Things wouldn't stay like this for long, though, because behind all the corny enthusiasm in them.
I'm gonna just move this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch the whole thing. I think if I watch the whole thing, I'm like, I've done something today. Because it's good to know what the algorithm, and it's well made. I give props. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's a pile of shit to look at. That's right. But, I just go the substance of it. Yeah, that's what but that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, this is what's ad friendly. Just make it look as good as possible. I am friendly. Sure.
Pop sphere, change was coming.
In the most
You two tell me from the Canadian.
unexpected form.
Yep.
Hip hop had at one point been a massively successful and influential genre. By the time 2014 rolled around, though, it seemed like those days were long gone, and that the once giant cultural force was on its last legs. Some may have disagreed, but the charts certainly seem to point in that direction, as 2014 statistically marked the lowest presence the genre had had on there in a long time. Mainstream hip hop was dead, and the genre needed a spark, a way to the center of everyone's attention. In another corner of society, though, that was already happening.
There is grief after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed by
Yeah, this is where the psyops began. Yeah, okay. So for people that don't know, too, this is like Obama was in charge of. He passed this bill or greenlit this thing, whatever you call it, that basically allowed the CIA to directly, he did a lot of stuff to directly propagandize to its citizens, CIA and American citizens. Mm. And that was passed in 2014, I believe, or 2015. It's one of the. Yeah, a lot of fucked up shit was happening around 2014 too. That was the Maidan coup, which is also the CIA in Ukraine, who began the this whole thing, this whole Ukrainian, what we know today is the Ukrainian conflict or whatever the fuck. But yeah, that was like one of their headquarters out there. Um, Point being, this guy, he's gonna be too dumb to really tell you anything, And again, I'm not trying to, whatever, but I just go like, are we just supposed to? We're just all supposed to be this dumb. Realistically, I would have already clicked off the video because I could already feel it being more taxing than rewarding. This guy's gonna pretend like this shit just started. Right there, and it's just a coincidence, and it's all whatever. You just got Can you put one piece together at least? Let's see. And then he did the rap fall. What else fell off over here? I don't know. I'm trying to. Something fell off.
Leading up to 2015, several
yeah.
disconnects long time. Mainstream hip hop was.
Right.
Some may have disagreed, but the charts certainly seem to point in that direction, as 2014 statistically marked the lowest presence the genre had had on there.
To put this in like lower quality or something, this thing is like. It is not running. It's supreme levels here. Let's close some shit down. I don't know. It's just not made to be working properly. I don't know. But yeah, the rep fall off was. Everyone could have told you that. It obviously got oversaturated, and really, I think the genius part, one of the genius parts of the Drake Kendrick beef was doing that as like it's almost like a last blowout party for rap music in general. I was almost going to do one of these Kendrick videos, but it's just be very obvious. Like this guy, just an obvious fucking thing where it's just like, Kendrick is an actual rapper. And I'm not trying to be mean to Drake. Drake makes good songs, but it's not really. Sometimes he makes good songs, but it's not really rapping. Rapping is like a different sort of. It's a different thing. It's a different thing. If they would have just made like pop hits at each other, maybe then Drake, I go like, oh, that might be some shit. Then maybe I would be more invested. But this is more. You just go like, I don't know why Drake is even rapping. But it's pretending. But yeah, that was a good way to blow it up because it just became a thing that was like just filled with a bunch of randoms and posers and shit. And I don't want to be like, that guy, but once it gets too filled up with just some strange characters and behaviors, you just go, I gotta get out of here. And it was about time for Drake too to get his piece because Drake was just going around stealing people's souls and swag like the fucking he was like a dementor or something of swag. You just show up and suck it out of a motherfucker. You see him the next day and they're not the same and shit. And Drake just wears that shit out for about a year. Finds another victim, you just go, damn. That shit was crazy. So, yeah. I get this, but I think rap's going to come back. I was just thinking about this one too. Obviously, everything comes back. But when it comes back, it's going to be it's like more outcast. Like, I'm not trying to call it, maybe like some like early A. Someone's really going to take these things and run with it right now. Music is actually very, it became, if you don't know, music is a super Zionist fucking thing. And there's a lot of people aren't saying much about it, but I think they'll eventually this thing will right itself. It's almost like it's a part of. I don't know exactly how deeply tied in it is It's just like other things. Go washes out in the same tide, kind of. But yeah, when it comes back, I was thinking, yeah, Outkast, we get Andre. That yeah, they'll be back. That's for
In a long time. Mainstream hip hop was dead, and the genre needed a spark, a wave that would pull it back up to the center of everyone's attention. In another corner of society, though, that was already happening.
There is growing outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed.
They go like right here, commence the psyop. They said, wait, you got divide Congress. And really, they were already doing this shit. This guy, again, he's not even doing it right. Like, even if you are in like the BLM psyop, I might think you got to go like, yo, Trayvon was before this. Trayvon, what does this guy not know about Trayvon? You know, it's just like it's even dumb for those guys. You know, you kind of go like, I wonder what this is. You know, for those who don't know that, then it's about as fake as Renee's over here. You know, I'm not trying to blow
by
up.
police in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, Missouri.
Leading up to 2015, several
birthday,
disconnected examples.
Online, bro. Man, he's just describing a psyop, by the way. 2015 is when it became like officially like hardcore psyop. Like earlier it might have been a thing. Maybe just there was like a couple of, you know, I don't really know if they're really Black Lives Matter wasn't really ever supposed to be. It was not like an organization of like a place where you send a check to. You know, it's like a place, and it's not a place actually. In fact, it's you just kind of. As this is when it became psyop. It's interesting that they decided to pick it up right here. Now I'm going like, is this guy, is he dumb or is he deep state? Is he fed? Is he dumb or is he fed? You know, it's sort of going like, I think he might be fed. You know, almost maybe I'm going fed 2015. You can suck the clock. Okay. I'm just saying, even for those guys, man, they can go, what the fuck about Trayvon?
I'm mad. We should all be mad, man. We should all be angry because of what's going on right now.
We are asking for games to be more inclusive. We're asking for games to acknowledge.
Man. You know, all these things were like, man, there was a good couple of, he's just describing psyops right now, actually. You really, like, a lot of this is a psyop when they're trying to get people to be less, you know, woke or whatever. That was really trying to get people to be less, you know, free Palestine, less, you know, worried about imperialism and bombing brown people from around the world in order to take their resources. You know, that's really, you know, I've been here saying, you know, bad words and having, you know, wrong thinking shit. Okay, I'm like that's I'm not. You know, there's a lot of people posing to try to push some agenda. You know, I'm going like, you know, and I'm looking at them crazy. It's hard to pretend. It's hard to fake the funk sometimes. You know, I'm going like, you see me. You see me, and it'd be hard to fake it. Yeah, this was a part of the psyop. I was just thinking, like, you know, how good of a psyop Me Too was. Because, yeah, Me Too only got people we know. You know, how scary is that? All the people we don't know who are out there. Like, you know, those guys got to stay. Because we don't even know who the fuck they are to get angry. You know, that's some scary shit. And what do we do? We just toss away the people we knew this whole time that were actually, you know, which I'm saying, you know, you can bet they were actually, you know, contributing to the larger society, you know, as far as these shadowy figures in the dark who are doing what, and they got to walk away with it. I'm telling you, man, that's from the depopulation side. Like,
that we exist and that we love games.
With the rise of social media, there was a growing feeling that everyday people now had the power to make an actual change. Nobody really knew at the time, but this was only the beginning of something much greater. In stage one, the seed is planted. The foundational idea is shared amongst the collective. The vibes are in the air, okay? Now it's up for people to grab them and make them into something real. Most movements stop here, but every so often, they move into
Stage 2, Rise.
Seeing the stale atmosphere hip hop's veterans had left behind, the new generation decided to try something different.
Hold up, Thug want to play some new shit.
This is about rap general. Damn. That's real shit. I'm telling you, rap will come back. I'm telling you, hip hop. But yeah, I'm telling you, the new form it'll take. Because it was formulaic. Ye put fucking he called it back then. You know, back in the Drink Champs podcast, where he was like, "I'm gonna shoot this nigga." That is all. No, I'm gonna shoot this nigga. I don't know what I can say on. Yeah, I think YouTube's cool. Can say that. Cool. I shoot this nigga. And I'm gonna fuck this bitch. I think I can say that too. I'm gonna shoot this nigga. I'm gonna fuck this bitch. That's every fucking song. And yeah, he fucking called it back then. I mean, that was maybe a couple of years ago, but still, you kind of go, damn, brother, formula is busted. Try to listen to a song. It's just not just, well, that's not the hook. Yeah. And even the early 50 set, yeah, I was listening to early 50. It's just some great shit. Yeah, it's good. G Unit. Really. But, yeah, it's even then it's more like fun, and I don't know, it's that fun hip hop, fun rap will be back. There's other shit, I don't know, it's trying to scare people. Yeah, it's I don't know. And I fuck with 21 Savage, yeah, but yeah, it's some 21 Savage shit. It's just like I was like, I think I'm not a rap fan. I think I'm scared. I think I'm scared and listen to this album.
You could hear their music online, mainly on SoundCloud and YouTube, and every once in a while one would creep onto the radio.
I'm just thinking about SoundCloud and how real SoundCloud was. That's why they had to get rid of it, because it was too real. You know, it was straight from the source. Yeah, I always think about the Rob Stone, Two Damn Phones, Dabo, man, great fucking man. That's a great song. You go, holy shit, SoundCloud. It was too real, but you know what it did? It cut out the liar cones of the industry. It cut out, a lot of people make a lot of fucked up money decisions. You know, that's yeah. So they came down on it. Yeah, pretending like this. Yeah. In reality, we could use a SoundCloud right fucking now. Yeah, but there's a lot of AI shit. Who knows? Who knows what would happen?
These so-called mumble rappers didn't take pride in their lyricism or messaging. They just put all their focus into energy, swag, and melodies. They were seen as a joke, okay? Most people didn't take them seriously, so they didn't see it coming. But over time, these artistic choices would form into a distinctive sound and aesthetic in the underground. And soon enough, with nothing happening in the mainstream, these fresh ideas would...
They put the Gucci, let me just look at it. If you got the Gucci belt, but the Gucci belt, I'm like, I don't know where all those Gucci belts went, man. For real, I'm
began rapidly gaining traction.
By
the time 2016 rolled around, SoundCloud artists were blowing up overnight.
Water. Yeah, Ugly God. I was thinking, I was like, bro, where is Ugly God? Where did Ugly God go? You know? Alright, this video is alright. I didn't know it was about rap and shit. Yeah, that's why it's smooth brain, probably. Yeah, I get it. It's not. It's just smooth brain around the other stuff. Is it Canadian YouTube? Please email me directly at my email. You have my contact information.
All of a sudden, hip hop is cool again. Everyone is talking about it.
I know these old hip hop heads.
Oh, like Joe Budden. I know you watching this shit like.
Put up on your bitch, she sucked my dick, and then you kissed her.
That's the worst freestyle I ever heard in my life.
Memes, debates, and micro trends are at an all-time high.
I just read about this kid who spent 15 hours saying Gucci Gang.
The new wave is coming, and everyone can feel it. It's 2016, the year most Gen Zers talk about. Like, it was the last time they felt happy.
Damn,
and I'm
child. Look what they took from us, man. Until you put on a mask, bro. Damn. They didn't tell you to all freeze in place. Like, play a goddamn Ray Strumman song. Yeah. Oh. Damn, man. Damn. I don't even know, man. That's why I feel bad for, like, a lot of these younger kids coming up. But, you know, they got to look in their eyes. Like, they don't give a fuck. Man. They'll bite a motherfucker's ear and shit. So that's all right. But, you know, you kind of go, like, I'm glad I graduated before COVID hit. Man, let's get you that planking. I was planking. You don't even know. I was like,
they're absolutely right. That shit was just different. I'm sorry. Like, you put your Yeezys on, grab your hoverboard, go out in the street, open the Pokemon Go app. You go online and there's like a new Vine trend.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bag.
Damn Daniel, Mannequin Challenge, Running Man, Juju on that beat. No real worries, just Harambe.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, they're already putting nostalgia together and shit, man. Juju on that beat. Damn. Yeah, that shit's crazy. I was like, I don't know, man. Because people like to say they're using the psyop for good, you know, and like a white hat or whatever. But I don't know if you really can use, you know, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I trust the people. Because the same psyop they're using to, you know, have everybody have fun and then good times, it's the same one they use to make them, you know, divide them up and make them fight each other in an instant. You know, the same trends and the same viral, whatever, algorithms and shit. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, it's something I think about.
Killer clowns and the 73-9 Warriors. Like, compare that shit to now. All these new generations have is
6'7", 6'7".
I don't know what they're doing. It's insane. You know, about 21. Dang, you know, you talking about these numbers. Yeah, dang. In the games like these, I've been meaning I might do one about sports again, just in general, about how rigged this shit is. Because it used to be a real game. Like, who wins between the fucking Golden State Warriors and goddamn Cleveland Cavaliers with the LeBron, and that was. Yes. His name, man. He always looks so out of it, man. He fucking scored on his own. Dang. Yeah, they had Kyrie and shit. I love that. That team was overpowered, man. And then over here they had Iggy, Steph. You know, I would always play, and I'm more of the shooter in 2K and shit. So if I'm picking one, you just had to open up. They're overdoing it all the time. But yeah, now the sports are so fucking rigged now. I was like, just thinking, I'm like, they're at this point, every game is like beyond, unpredictable. It's beyond it's like beyond unprobable. Like, all these fucking things, you know. It's like the shit makes too little sense, you know, statistically. Like, I'm sure someone, the FBI, studies this shit or whatever. You know, the FBI sued somebody or one of the team's owners back in the day because the stats were fucked up. But I forget exactly what it was. I think it was basketball, maybe? Football. But years ago, it's way too unpredictable. Ever since gambling became widespread and shit, it's horseshit. Like, literally watching it now, it's like a fucking joke. And really, anything you want, any outcome you want, especially in football, I mean, you can pretty much get it in like the last 2 minutes with enough fucking flags and all this shit. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what they're up to, man. Don't be putting your money on that shit, then.
Like, compare that shit to now. All these new generations have is fuck. The fuck? You wish you were Unc. You wish you were Unc. Back into the real world, and things are heating up. As Trump gets elected president, more and more people start feeling a responsibility to stand up and finally
starts. Yeah, I'm doing fucking stand up now. I might try to show some. I don't know. I might not try to show some. This shit. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I got this bit. I'm like, really, your uncle wants. Yeah, I'm trying to learn. Your uncle wants you stop hearing your names and rap songs. You're hearing your goddamn shit. Fuck. I can go up there, just shit my pants, throw up, and fucking walk up. Shit. Sorry, my lighters and most functional. Your uncle when you stop hearing your age in rap songs. Alright, so you never hear a motherfucker going, yeah. Well, I live to see 34 the way things are going on. That's not the
say something. At this point in time, the outrage we saw at the start of the decade started becoming more and more frequent. As useless as that sounds, they actually made a difference. The Me Too movement exposed high-profile predators and sent a lot of them to jail. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Weinstein, and
Kevin Spacey
all get packed up. It's over with. The internet finally made people answer for their shitty past.
Colin Kaepernick sitting down, he said, to take a stand against the growing number of unarmed black men killed by police and racial injustice in general.
We just got out of a long-term relationship with a very boring but sensible person, and now we're dating a whore.
Thousands of Americans enraged by the man voted into office by millions of other Americans.
Fake hair, she's racist, she's always lying, we don't.
Joe, people, you know, they make fun of Joe Rogan's stand-up. It becomes just a laughing point, you know, obviously, but there's some decent bits. It's better than a lot of the fucking specials that come out sometimes. You want some of the bits in there and still think about it, which is a good sign. A bit, but I always root for the animal. I think about that. I always root for the animal. You know, that's true, and I think of it more than I should, bro. Just think about it. I'm rooting for the animal again. Right here. I'm going, here I am again. Make sure I'm be rolling again here. I was thinking of stopping smoking weed too, because it's just the amount of time. So you see how gross my room is? Stop it. Please. I don't know if that puppy doesn't make any noises. I mean, yeah, I gotta stop being mean to Joe Rogan about his comedy. I think it's kind of fun. So, yeah.
You don't have an option. You have to stand up, speak up, act up.
On Hollywood's biggest night, it was activism that took center stage.
So I'm hyperventilating a little bit. If I fall over, pick me up because I've got some things to say. Our voices joining together in a mighty chorus that is finally saying, time's up.
We put up monuments for the feminists. Tell the NRA they in God's way.
As we moved closer to...
God damn, bro. That was so lame. Oh, shit, man. They really got people out here just going nuts. You know, it's just like, man, the psyops are so dense. So dense. You know, I'm trying to do this conspiracy shit. I don't know how close I can put this, like, the conspirators playbook thing. It's like, it's fucking difficult. It just gets longer and longer. Goddamn. There's another one I came up with in there. Once they're prioritizing you, they're targeting you. Essentially, if you're prioritized in the psyop, if you're the one, if you're the special victim of this, or the fucking big, bad wolf or whatever role they have you playing, you're pretty much gonna be you're targeted. Yeah, it's not. So and that's pretty obvious, but it's almost like sometimes they're trying to, almost make it seem like they're trying to benefit you by including you into the psyop. They're not. They're targeting you. They're trying to get something from you. You see people get like, I remember Stop Asian Hate. half Filipino. I can talk about this stuff. Yeah, I try to keep that to myself because of the anti-Filipino hatred out there. But yeah, it's like, you know, you saw everybody start wigging out over that, but that's really just like some mind control shit because he's really other than Mark Wahlberg in his teenage years, like, I don't know if anybody's really going out there hunting down Asians. But I mean, you know, but I forgot the point. You see the psyops though. You see how they function.
At the end of the decade, those who never had a voice increasingly started banding together, and seeing the positive effects their actions could now have, thought to themselves, maybe we can actually do this. Stage 2 occurs when all those people who shared a common idea in Stage 1 start linking up, connecting, and building towards a common goal. The new wave is in full effect and ascending rapidly into Stage 3, peak. Stage 3 marks the peak of the movement's popularity as the average Joe comes to discover what all the fuss is about. The thing, whatever it is, then becomes increasingly commercial and accessible for mass consumption. At this point, your alcoholic uncle will bring up thing at a family gathering.
The problem they have is that I don't give a fuck. They don't cancel me. I cancel them.
Your parents ask you about thing. SNL makes an awkward skit on thing, which will make you slightly uncomfortable and chuckle one time. Hey, who the fuck watches this shit?
Yeah, man, that's fucked up, man. Goddamn. What happened? Yeah, and they say SNL fell off. I think SNL kind of hovering around the same spot. Yeah, some of it's all right, but yeah, damn. I don't know what happened to Pete Davidson over here. I'm like, damn, this is like a relic here now. Just looking back, Joey Diaz's podcast covering Pete Davidson on SNL. So it's like, yeah, it's like fucking, I don't know. Figure out Howard Stern and fucking Adam Sandler. So you got like, yeah, it already feels so fucking long ago. But yeah, that's strange. Yeah, did they fall off, or you know, did we get bigger? Did we grow up? I don't know. I still enjoy some of the SNL stuff. They got funny people on there. You know, they got yeah, some of it's pretty good. Some of it I go, shit, I go better one.
Even though this seemed like the natural trajectory of both movements, nothing could possibly prepare people for what was about to come.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin right now with breaking news because the World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic.
COVID just hit. Everyone's inside and scared. But I'm not going to lie, I was happy as fuck. You're telling me I don't have to go to school and I can spend...
This part is like the side. They were prepping people online, like our predictive programming, whatever, for people to be ready to be perpetually online for like years before this. Like, well, I hate sunlight, man. I love just being on my phone. And the moment when you get to just be on your phone and all day inside and wear a mask all day, there's this meme about in 2018, 2020, but that was really. I'm like, I wonder who was handing out these ones, but it's part of getting people ready enough to really live that life. Because the second you really had to live it, who wanted to? That was real shit. That was real shit. We all learned a lesson. We said, oh shit. I was like, man, where did everybody go? You kind of start wondering. But that was not a coincidence that they had everybody in the same. This is like the cool. Trendy thing to say, oh, I can't wait to fucking sleep forever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That. Find that opinion.
In the entire day doom scrolling? Bro, sign me up.
It has to come from the same virus to be in the same family. Viruses come in families. Stop touching niggas with your hands.
This was the era of face masks, Zoom meetings, Among Us sessions, and TikTok videos.
I'm in the house bored.
bored in a house, and I'm in a house bored.
And to make matters worse, nearly a decade of protests culminated in the explosion.
You know what I'm saying? I give people a lot of grace, as far as the psyops are concerned, because I got, who knows, I didn't re-break out. It was almost like my total recall moment in the lockdown. It was like, why am I just like, what am I doing? I'm doom scrolling like the George Floyd time. I give people grace. They're probably doom scrolling the Charlie Kirk shit. I give them time. I go like, man, I believed it for a second. I was dumb, and then as the lockdown goes on, you kind of go, holy shit. Yeah, you start to remember. You remember when they faked, such and such, and such and such, and this was a, yada yada. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but you kind of go, yeah, huh, and then you look back at things with a different lens, and it's a total recall moment. Holy shit. I go, how long have I been here? It's fucking like, fuck I am. But it's like if people very sad and break them out of the spell. I mean, holy shit. And there's people out there, that was a good psyop too. I always call it one of the better psyops because they had the pandemic already rolling, they had the election on the way, and they sandwiched this boom right there, just like a perfect piece, just right in the center. Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah.
Murder of George Floyd.
Hands up, don't shoot!
Riots and protests engulfed the entire country for several months, while the issue of social justice became unavoidable and omnipresent.
The Black Lives Matter movement has unleashed a wave of protests against racism worldwide.
If you've exhausted the Asians, it's okay. I can laugh at them. I'm a Filipino. They probably call me things, so I can. Lord knows I can laugh. Look at all these guys. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, you kind of got it. So they're walking around in their convenience store, a corner store in the 90s. All right, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. That one's probably also fake.
Exhausted every option of peaceful protest for decades, and the prosecution of police still hasn't changed. What would you do?
Protest is pretty fucking amazing. They seem to be dedicated to.
I'm saying about these algorithms. The algorithm comedians is a whole nother thing. I might have to these like Andrew Schultz, Josh Johnson, like these guys. They demand that these are our voices in comedy. I go fuck yourself so bad. And these are the Americans they will put in the algorithm. Yeah, these just the dumbest. And I'm trying to be nice. I'm just real dumbos. So it's like, it becomes a whole thing about trying to figure that out. And it's always just the same shit. I'm going, who's watching this for comedy? I got my mom to admit it because she used to watch Josh Johnson. She stopped. I got her to admit that she just watches it to stay informed. So fuck you, Josh.
Change in a way that I can't remember anything like this in my life.
The state of pop culture at this point showed us that racial awareness was mandatory, LGBTQ appreciation was necessary, and that social justice was cool.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
Finally.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility. For every unchecked moment.
Next, in what is possibly my second favorite story this month, Netflix and Amazon Prime came together to fight homophobia.
Quote, an unnecessary gay character.
Sorry you've yet to realize that every gay person is very necessary.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm done. Look at this homophobe get murdered by Netflix. Just absolutely turn him into a shit streak. Look at that.
Sorry you've yet to realize that every gay person is very necessary.
700,000 likes.
Yeah.
We love gay people too.
And folks, tune into the radio to hear the #1 song in the country, Montero.
Lil Nas is gay. Oh, let me stop. Bro, what? I
Detective work on this one, but yeah, you kind of go. It was almost they were pushing it all. It's almost pushing so hard to make it swing, the other way. No pun intended. But they're almost trying to create the swing back. So I'm like, why do they have Lil Nas X throwing his ass on the devil? You kind of go like, that's interesting. That is a unique image. And now, if you look at Lil Nas X, he's like, I mean, I hope he's all right, but he's cracked out, running around the fucking GTA 5 lobby. I'm going, bro, what are you doing? What happened? I'm going, don't throw your ass on the devil is the fucking lesson. If you're asking me. If you're asking me, it's not worth the shit. Jesus Christ. Man.
okay, Dad, you look like you homophobic. No, I'm not homophobic.
Girl boss main leads dominated TV.
I belong to no one.
I identify as non-binary. There's a really long history of black people not being treated fairly in this country. It has to stop.
Quinn has gender dysphoria. Her assigned gender is not one she identifies.
I will no longer allow an unchecked.
Dang, man. Lizzo switched too. She did switch teams. I get it, man. The fatsos out there that I'm mad at. And I totally understand it, and I'm not trying to be, but the bigger folks out there that are like, she just completely turned heel. I get it. I go, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I mean, it is almost the Michael Jackson. She almost kind of hit you guys with the Michael Jackson. And she didn't quite have the, you need the cachet to really hit a Michael Jackson on folks like that. But yeah, we'll see.
At the moment, I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes, stereotypes, no matter how big or small, to be uttered in my presence.
Moral purity became everything.
That's so cool.
How much do you care? How good of a person are you? Those were the main questions of the COVID era. At the same time that social justice issues were reaching their zenith, hip-hop was also peaking. Coasting off the momentum of the SoundCloud wave, the entire genre had embraced the homogenous trap aesthetic. But not without reason. I mean, it worked, and it...
I could do a whole thing about Jack Harlow and just what went wrong. I mean, for real, it's like he took so many wrong turns. That wasn't like a huge thing, but I could see how it could work out for him for a second. Yeah, and then he just sort of. I think once he was getting carried across the mud by all those Negroes, I think that really tainted the image. I said, this feels. He went too deep into character. Is what I said. I said, does he? I said, wait a minute. Like, you're not actually Mr. Candy of Candyland Ranch, Yeah, you have to actually. I said, ooh. I said, oh. And then he made a couple songs about it. Yeah, I don't know, man. He took a couple wrong turns. All right. He took a couple wrong turns. I came back to listen to it. I was like, what kind of songs is it? It's not good. It was not good. But, I appreciate one thing I always say about Jack. Like, I appreciate Jack because, man, he brought Drewski in here. And all of us appreciate that shit, man. That shit's great. I'm like, Drewski's got to play like live action Shrek or some shit. It's something cool. I swear to God, I'm like, but Jay, that's great. But I'm like, you got to get Drewski. Drewski's might be his biggest contribution.
didn't stop working. It was the sound of pop charts and pop culture. Every commercial had a trap beat in the background. Labels started mass producing industry plans to capitalize on the gold mine that mainstream rap had become. Nav was selling 130K first week.
Oh, what? Man. That's why I get it. That's why I get why they shut down society and shit. I'm like, who is buying all these net? What? Man, yeah, something else. No, really something else. Really buying that? I'm looking
What
at
are we
motherfuckers
talking
different.
about? At this point, hip hop was the biggest genre of music in the world, becoming bigger than it had ever been. Even larger than life pop stars were desperate to jump on the wave.
When you see the max, they stacked up like my ass, yeah. Go from the south to the booth, make it up back in
Ariana Grande had a whole era where she just...
This is my favorite Ariana Grande too, I will say that. A black Ariana Grande, and I'll take even almost like pre-black Ariana Grande, where she was taking her baby steps into blackness with Mac Miller and shit. That was great shit too. You know, I go like, really? I know I'm not breaking any new ground here. I'm like, you guys were there for that, right? You guys saw that shit. Mac Miller, that was a great song they made. Yeah, I just always think, man, black Ariana Grande. I'm like, I think it's new Ariana Grande, but I think there's something going on in all Hollywood. Don't go. I mean, obviously there is, but I think they're doing radiation on motherfuckers and shit. I'm like, I don't know what's going on out there.
Spray painted her skin
I'm
brown.
like, bitch, that's my cookie. That's my juice, okay? Carry on.
Talked strictly in awe.
This is the Mac I'm here to talk about today, girl. Come on.
And made...
Yeah, it was a good time. Big shot for some reason. That was very strange. That was a good time. You see me up here? You see me trying to fix this shit? Wait, one second. I'll let it play, but I want to watch it. Yeah. Hey, god damn. Fucking my ass pop up.
Watered down trap music.
Make big deposits, my gloss is popping.
Kill me, get your ass in here. Come on, girl.
This is actually real. Like, her fans call it the Blackiana era. In just a couple of years' time, both of these movements had managed to conquer the world. And now, having been rewarded with great success, the founders are no longer focused on innovating. Instead, their primary goal is to maintain their status, polishing the ideas that had worked so well for them in the past. Meet Drake. It's the end of 2021, and he's the biggest rapper in the world.
Man, this is where shit was just getting absurd, though. I was like, man, he would just take motherfuckers in this, and then you just never see him again. And you don't know what happened. You go, well, what happened to the dude? And he's just dressing like him now. He goes, I don't know what happened. You don't know, but you have all his attire upon your person. So I'm going.
Larger than life and in complete control of hip hop. It hadn't always been this way, though. Once upon a time, he was just an awkward, geeky kid who stuck out like a sore thumb amongst his rapper peers.
I just want to make music that people enjoy. You know,
while on radio, young Drake might have been a rising star and hitmaker. Amongst the hip hop community, he was a laughing stock.
I don't like anything about Drake. Mom, I don't like his voice. I don't like.
This is the best. That's how I was like, in a rap beef, like DMX is on. Yeah, DMX that's pretty much a song. He already put a beat on that. You just put a beat on this. I'm like.
He was a laughing stock.
I don't like anything about Drake. Mom, I don't like his voice. I don't like he talks about. I don't. I be trying to tell his face. I don't like the way he walks. Like nothing. I don't like his haircut.
An emotional pussy who talked about women and feelings too much.
He's so emotional, man. When did rap become that? He'll just make a song that's just like, oh, I'm crying.
From that point on, Drake did everything in his power to dominate the rap game, secretly hoping he could change the mind of all those bullies who didn't let him in at the start of the decade. It took a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of great music. Fast forward to 2021, and Drake had gotten exactly what he was asking for. His vulnerable and emotional approach had completely changed the foundation of the rap game and was finally accepted as normal. Drake was now not only the undisputed king of the biggest music genre in the world, but also well respected in almost every corner of its culture, even managing to convince some of his street credibility. Aubrey didn't want to change things anymore. Aubrey wanted things to stay the same. Nothing lasts forever. People always seem to forget that. Where there once was a purpose, now isn't.
Goddamn.
People get cocky, arrogant, and start abusing their power just because they can.
Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought.
In a figurative sense, this is the point where the victim becomes the bully, perpetuating the cycle of abuse.
Yeah, you know, I might make a fucking video about Drake. If you saw my Canadian Agents of Chaos fucking video, all right, and I have nothing against it, you know, Drake. I think he's got some great songs. I was just thinking about it, man. Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay, I'm coming home. Okay, just hold on. I'm coming. Yeah, that whole A was a good one. What was the other one? Only real shit's in the lives. All that other bullshit. See you today. A pound cake. You know, you just go like, man, some good ones. There's some solid ones. You know, but that's what I'm saying. When I say he's like kind of stopped rapping in 2013. Like that was like, I think that's when I came out. But yeah, I mean, I just sort of go. Yeah, there was a turn in there. Something happened, man. Everybody like that's peddling, gambling, all types of shit. You know, I kind of go like, yeah, that's a major red flag. And I don't necessarily hop on all the, I don't know, on every piece of slander that was tossed out there, but you know. But Drake was out here vampiring people, so yeah, someone had to get it. I was like,
abuse that was responsible for the start of the movement in the first place.
I have to come to the conclusion that inherently, I Show Speed is just a piece of shit. I was
just thinking about all these dudes. Dude, I mean, I'm making a video about like. I haven't made a video throughout all these streams. I made one trailer. But I am making one. It's about Sneeko. Sneeko's back on YouTube. So it's just about all these guys too that were like where did they go? Like really, I was saying like it's a profound fucking thing. Like where the fuck did they go? Like you just suddenly realize like the mosquitoes are gone or some shit. Like you just go, oh shit, I guess it got cold or I don't know. You just go like. Where did they all? Who knows? But yeah, this is one of them. I was thinking about D'Angelo Wallace. He's got to be in this thing. H3. These guys like where did they got disappeared, or if you do know where they went, you know it's a pretty fucked up case. You got like H3 made like the worst decision. He could have with his audience. He tried to, I guess, convert them to be, pro-Israel. Yeah, and at a tough time. He's man, there you go. Wow, and Sneeko is back. Sneeko is here. He's streaming. He's got great streams too. I've been keeping in touch, but yeah, just like where the fuck is this guy still uploading? I know D'Angelo stopped a while back. I would keep a tab just to keep me angry enough to. I think it gives me weird energy sometimes. If I can just anger out of bed Yeah, but yeah, I mean, what they got?
See any way someone like this can turn around and redeem themselves and be able to make up for all the disgusting shit that they've done and said and influenced for people.
As a guy with a platform, I can't imagine posting anything like that.
Bankrupt them. Put them out of business.
There's the likable D'Angelo Wallace, the sweetheart, demanding that you take the entire livelihood of people. You know, you just go like, and this was the good guy, by the way. This is the guy not banned. This is the guy. This is what you're supposed to be saying. It's like way more horrific than like, you know, I don't know, questioning the events of September 11th. Or I don't know what was going on. I think they got sneak on bullying and some shit. I'm like, you can't bully? What does this guy do? This is like worse. He's like, fucking take everything. Fucking salt the lands. Fucking burn the hooch. You go, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck? That's like substantially worse than what anybody else was suggesting. That's like kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But, you know, it's the subjectivity to this thing. Yeah,
Deplatform them? Like, actually take them out financially.
They feel untouchable, unbeatable, convinced that their run will
that's
last
it.
forever.
I want nothing to do with you, and I won't think twice about it, because you're not worth keeping around.
This exact moment marks the beginning of the end.
And now, we take a short break from our program to learn the art of performative progressivism. Brought to you by Mint Mobile.
Welcome to today's video clip, how to be a performative good guy. You want status, you want reputation, and you want status. Okay, so for this strat, you're gonna need 3 things, okay? Twitter account, one of these glasses, and these are very important, okay? Specifically this shape. It has to be this shape. It has to be this shape. These glasses say you're harmless, you care about.
Yo, that's weird. And then the mustache. They all had like a mustache and weird hair and shit. Bro, something was up. I was like, I'm telling you, and they try to pretend the algorithm. Yeah, and I fuck with you too. All right, but I go like, yeah. But I'm like, there's no way you're telling me you just printed 10 of the same guy and shit on accident. I'm going like, what? I'm going, how is that even possible? Like, they must have a filter that makes sure you're this shaped, and you know, it's like crazy. Like right there in the facial profile, you could print these dudes out. Like it's crazy. You change up the mold, yeah, change up the tone, maybe sometimes. I was just thinking about like, you know, if you guys have seen the video essays, like making all the videos, I'm all over YouTube, man. I'm not. I get information from a lot of sources. If you've seen the video essays and shit, they're making all these videos about they're going to stop making video essays. It's just sort of, you know, but really what it's about is like people have tapped out of having these like self-righteous, well, I don't know what words I can say on YouTube, folks, all right, but having these self-righteous folks tell people, you know, how you should be, you know, and it's like, who are these guys? Like, what do they do? Where do they come from? What they struggled to tell us. I mean, really, and I mean, I couldn't explain it. No, the people that watched it couldn't really explain it. They showed up here, they started telling me what to do. You know, you just go like, what? There's a certain amount of people out there. I don't know. That's what they do. All right, but yeah, my point is, it's try to, yeah. These things are sorted out in a strange way. These things work out.
About women, and you care about social activism. The very important step for this. Okay? These glasses tell people you're an intellectual. All that's left now is the third step, which is getting an internet connection. Now, you're going to want to get yourself a Mint Mobile plan because they sponsor this video. Now, remember, we're only going to do this while it's cool and trendy. So even though you save money on the longer plans, all we really need is the 3-month one. You're the star here, okay? This is all about you. Mint Mobile runs on the largest 5G network in the country. So no matter where you go, marginalized voices can sleep well knowing that you will be there to protect them. Don't worry, okay? Mint Mobile makes switching super easy. You can do it all in a couple of minutes. Keep your contacts, your phone number, everything. Click the link below and get yourself one of their premium wireless plans that starts a month, okay? And for a limited time, all unlimited data options are 50% off. Get it while you can.
Stage 4. Decline.
This is where we are, canceling food. Last week they canceled Uncle Ben's rice. No beans, no rice. Trump doesn't even need to build a wall.
We're now beginning week 2 of the left's all-out attack on Joe Rogan.
The liberal mom's lashing out at Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney, calling her racist after she posted photos from her mom's 60th birthday party.
As we started getting deeper into the 20s, the dominance of wokeness in the mainstream and the aggressive tactics it used in eliminating its detractors sparked massive outrage on the other side of the political aisle. There was a growing rage from those who felt left out and ironically oppressed in popular culture. Bro, at 40 years old. Elon Musk buying X and making it a safe haven for the ostracized and the canceled.
Like wokeness basically wants to make comedy illegal, which is not cool.
Podcasts become the home of anti-wokeness, with most comedians pulling in millions of views while professing their hate for the social justice movement. Along with them, their audience started rap the opposite direction. They too would be canceled and deplatformed, but the sentiment still didn't go away. Woke culture now had an enemy, which was
like, I don't know how they're gonna write this whole thing up, but like you kind of go. You can sense the pattern of it, right? And it goes on one way, it goes the other way. Push it too far the other way on purpose. I mean, really, they kind of, and then we all go like, well, we made a righteous decision going this way. Like, this is actually one of the guys that is in on pushing it back and forth. This guy's, he was with the left guys. He's making electric cars until he's got to, go on the other side to pretend like he's some type of, he's freedom fighting for, I don't know, for the right to, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Okay, I try not to think about it much. Really, he doesn't do much actually. Yeah, and I'm not a guy that's like trying to prove that, but really, it's the face of a thing that's larger. They just put him out there as like they call a lightning rod to be more distracting and annoying than the rest of it, really, and it sort of works more often than not. But he's really just pushing whichever side it needs to be pushed because it's already moving in that direction. Then it gets pushed too far, switch it back.
Basically wants to make comedy illegal, which is not cool.
Podcasts become the home of anti-wokeness, with most they too would be canceled.
I mean, damn. That's one. Yeah, I mean, I've been. There's one comment. I swear to God, I'm trying to make the video. It may or may not. I don't know. Because the whole thing, it is basically this. I mean, basically somewhat of this, but more examined as far as this little piece. I'm going like where is HD? Just the dichotomy, man. Just the juxtaposition, the guy. Because, the one thing about Sneak, I've been watching him for a long time. I'm not going to get to it. It's all dick measuring contest about it, but I'm going like dick writing, whatever, but I'm going. He's at least he's trying to, genuinely observe something, genuinely examine a thing. Or, it's not at least, I don't know, it's never too self-righteous, and if it is, at least it's like a dumb thing. It's at least it's like he's kind of he's not trying to be too self-righteous. Like, but he is self-righteous. I'm trying to figure out what it is though. Probably why it's not written. But I'm like genuinely curious though. It's not just purely self-righteous fucking horseshit and he's trying to correct everything about everybody.
Them deplatformed, but the sentiment still didn't go away. Woke culture now had an enemy, which was climbing rapidly up the ranks. Things slowly start to get ugly as stage 4 unravels.
I really think this is Drake's lowest point yet in terms of level of effort. He really put almost nothing into this record.
People get fat, washed up, and lazy, completely losing their ability to stick together, innovate, or adapt to any new obstacles. At this point, the movement becomes so normalized in the mainstream that it loses its ability to challenge. The once fresh and lively.
Yeah. God damn, man. Yeah, you know, I think it'll come back, but it takes a different form. And that is crazy, man. That was a great album. I thought it was a good album. You know, a lot of people shit on it. You know, they really. You know, I'm trying to finish this fucking video. In case you can't tell, I'm trying to finish it, but I'm trying to also be like, here's what's going on. Yeah, I mean, that was a great album. I mean, I'm waiting for Bully to rap.
Cultural movement.
Oh shit, 2 times speed's an option. Shit.
Is reduced to a cheap trend, an emblem to be worn rather than a piece of resistance that demands reflection and action. The social justice movement went from rallying people towards a common goal to pointless exercises of power over celebrities and athletes who didn't pass the moral purity test. The moral standards would only go higher and higher as time went by, until even the people inside the movement couldn't live up to them anymore. At that point, the focus turned inward, and the progressive sphere started devouring itself from the inside out.
Dang, is that what happened? It's H3. I mean, he didn't really get canceled as hard as, I mean, it's not like his own fan base was really decided it against him. My former fan base. He's brutal. Yeah, I didn't know they got canceled. Doesn't matter. Sure, I'm gonna look into it. Look into the cases. They found the bodies in the closet, skeletons.
Word to my mother, I really got the Joe Biden pinatas on deck.
People moved past COVID like it never happened and went right back outside. White.
That's the psyop.
2K aesthetic.
They want people to move past it because if they think about it too long, they'll realize how fucked up it was. You know, all that shit was, and how unhelpful a lot of it was. It was really meant to purposefully be destructive more than it was really meant to be helpful to anybody. And it really is like they're trying to make everybody walk away from it as fast as possible. Even the people that were, shaming everybody. Definitely the people that are shaming everybody. Yeah, they don't get those boosters. No, everybody now knows, like, hey, I'm good. At the time they didn't, and that's why they don't want to unpack it, because they want to trick you again.
Dominates everything. Baggy pants are back in style. It's a new day where virality is more important than ever. Streamers have become the new celebrities. Diego's DEFCON 3.
You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that.
Barbenheimer. Hip-hop is rapidly falling off both in quality and popularity. Nobody knows what to do. How do you stop stage 4 from happening? Well, the answer is simple. You don't. There's really only one thing you can do at this point. Speed up the inevitable.
I need to get a better PC.
For most rap fans, Kendrick Lamar was always everything Drake couldn't be. He was hailed as hip-hop's golden child right at the start of his mainstream run, quickly becoming the critic and fan favorite.
This is good hip-hop. This is positive hip-hop. This is the kind of hip-hop that we need, that's commenting on social issues.
It was the one section of the audience Drake could never win over, despite trying his hardest. See, unlike Aubrey, Kendrick's main strength wasn't getting on the radio. It was creating meticulous masterpieces, timeless bodies of work, which set him apart from the rest of the rap game. He was the one people counted on to lead hip-hop into a brighter tomorrow. Even as the SoundCloud wave hit and melodic trap took over, he adapted, wrestling with Drake for the throne of hip-hop well into the 2010s. But then he disappeared, and that allowed Drake to take the reins and lead the way as hip-hop's #1. Fast forward to 2023, and Drake is scoring his 14th #1 album, while the genre is in a free fall.
14th? Man, that's so crazy, man. That shit is so ass, dude. I stopped listening after that one, where the Donda versus Sir Fellow. Well, I was like, man, and there was like 2 songs on there. He would just fill it with it was just filler, and then he'd put one. It'd be a single, and then one like collab. That was like the formula, and then just filler, just be him talking over a beat. It was horrible. He'd be like, man, I'm making this album. Yeah, what? Yeah, what? Are you talking about? It was like it was supposed to be singing. It was supposed to be singing. And it was fucked up. I go like, I don't know what the fuck happened, man. For real, and that was supposed to be rap. Shit's fucked up, man. Shit's fucked up.
Deteriorating into a dark.
Drake's still doing like the same thing. I saw one of his recent music videos with him around a bunch of guns and shit. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, really? That was
pit of pathetic gimmicks and desperate trend chasers. Fans were increasingly unhappy, but the mainstream was still eating it up. Truthfully, this corrosive climate suited Drake. As the biggest rapper in the world and a notorious trend chaser himself, he stood only to gain from the lack of quality and depth the average listener had become accustomed to. Things couldn't go on this way. Something had to be done, and the Golden Child knew exactly what that was.
The king is back! Oh shit!
He's rapping! Motherfuck the big 3. Nigga, it's just big me. Nigga.
Seriously,
Damn. I have to go shit. That's on me. That's on me. That was my bad. I was like, the early J. Cole, I think that's also a rap. Early J. Cole, some of that Chance the Rapper, acid rap, early Chance the Rapper. Yeah, but yeah, who knows what it'll be? Maybe that's just what I'm hoping for. But it's interesting now when they have to cover this shit. They go back and they have to use the streamers to go back. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Futuristic.
It's a lot of goofies with a check.
Kendrick's the best. Kendrick's the best rapper. Kendrick is I've always said Kendrick's my favorite.
Bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it.
I'm literally uploading Drake's diss right now. How do you have a response up before this even uploaded?
Kendrick, relax!
Hey, he going crazy.
Kendrick,
right
chill!
And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. Fuck that.
Wait, I can't take this. It's just too much.
Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Cause you lied about religious views. You lied about your surgery.
A rebellion, an uprising led to one of the biggest cultural events of the 2020s.
Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
A rap battle in which
There's a lot of people that were. It's funny. Yeah, it was like a little bit DNC, but the guy that came out that it was like protesting. Yeah, about this. I think that's a save, dude. That's a save. Oh, otherwise, I was kind of expecting Hillary to come out and shit, fireworks. But yeah, but that one dude come out, Sudan, flag out there. Free Palestine, Sudan. Man. Yeah, all right. Now there's something happening. I don't know. Yeah.
I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever
slaying the flag bearer of late-stage commercial trap and finally saying what the culture was feeling out loud. Enough with the hollow, lazy, and unoriginal. We need music that's creative, deep, and inspired. And it's time for something real.
If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi. You're enough.
They just want no Trump, no matter what, and they're willing to gaslight themselves.
Hey, so remember all those anti-woke guys from earlier in the video? Yeah, they didn't go away. As a matter of fact, they only multiplied and grew stronger as the public sentiment shifted further and further away from social progressivism. It wasn't just a fleeting feeling. It was a burning hatred towards the status quo that required drastic change. A fire had been started, and no one was putting it out.
Bro, is there anybody looking back on this like it was real, man? Look at that WWE shit. Trump's not even looking back like it was real, man. No one's even pretending they just all like walked away like the scene was over and shit. Yo, what the hell happened? They're not even looking for the motherfucker. Yeah, you don't even care. You have the power of the entire United States. You're supposed to try to solve this. Yeah, nah, it's cool. Lone act, he acted alone. You kind of go, okay. Nobody, you kind of got nobody. Nobody believes that shit. Yeah, man. One ear, they got in the ear. In the ear, really. How would that be? Yeah, he just sort of, it's a little absurd.
It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any.
47th president of the United States.
I was just thinking, like, Kamala's entire campaign was improv. I was just thinking that shit. I'm like, I don't even think she prepared one scene of that entire thing. I don't think she didn't read the lines. She didn't get the bullet point. She walked out there and said, yes, and. I kind of respect it now. That new perspective, I kind of go like, okay, then maybe it could have been something. Yeah, we get in there and just, do some funny, I don't know, scenarios. I don't know, but it just, in hindsight, once she said give Negroes crypto, I knew something was up. I said, what is that about? I said, what does that even mean?
The former president's comeback.
I am going to admit I am a little surprised that they won so much.
It was finally official. We were now in
Stage 5.
And that's it. Here we are. It was just announced that for the first time in 35 years, hip-hop spent an entire week without a single song in the top 40 of the charts. The biggest trap releases of the year have all flopped diabolically, and even the average Joes are bored at this point.
Rap is cool and all, but it's getting outplayed, bro. It talk about hoes, money.
It's the same topics like every single
17
time.
bodies last night. Them all in the head. Ain't no.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That shit really is like disruptive to your frequencies. But I'm like, you really want to hear some shit, man? You listen to some fucking disco, and you kind of go. Like, I'm not even like a huge disco fan, but it really is it's a different vibe, an entire different frequency. They really try to lock you in some like sad demonic loop and shit. Like, I'm not even a big believer in demons and shit, but you see these people going around just listening to this shit. You go, damn, you just listen to this shit? Like they're relaxing into this little motherfucker's ass off his back. You go, fuck. Yeah, but you're smoking shit. God damn. Shit, this motherfucker had a crazy day today. Did you hear about that shit? Jesus. He shot his ass off his back.
Nobody catch me.
Okay, I hope you get caught soon, my brother.
We know that your body's tea. We know that you have good poom poom. We know that you
stop playing rap for the most part, and honestly, I've come to realize it's probably the worst genre there is. Like
Stage 5 is where the movement becomes culturally irrelevant and a complete non-factor in the mainstream. Those from the movement may still try to recapture an old flame, moment that got lost in time, but the people have already moved on. The old moves don't work anymore. The shots aren't falling, and the crowd is as quiet as a church mouse. The power has been completely stripped from its previous holders and put into the hands of people who were made to feel silenced, mocked, and left out before. The culture is theirs to shape now.
The liberal mob's lashing out at Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney calling her racist after she posted photos from her mom's 60th birthday party.
Yeah, like, who wasn't expecting that? Like, yeah, by that time, who was like really outraged? Yeah, I was like, for me, it made sense. It was sort of, I was, that's honestly, that's real. That's real for you. It's real shit. Yeah. What you can do, and then leaning in, and she goes, does the jeans at her. She's like, yeah, hey, Heil Hitler, and these are my jeans. I go, that's a genius marketing decision.
My jeans are blue.
Sydney
Sweeney
has great jeans.
White people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity.
Look at this one. Look at this one. Yeah, it's just like, oh, what is even? It's an old script. That's an old script for sure. Just, I was going like, oh, what are you saying? Joking about Shakespeare. You know all the horrible jokes that get made every single day. Every single day I wake up, I think of the jokes that they go all kinds of directions. Yeah, and she's over here saying this one's no good, Sydney Sweeney, about your tits and jeans. Yeah, really.
To talk about that specifically,
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Miss Tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back.
There is a
Now they're trying to like do this, like, me. Aryan Brotherhood only drinks Gatorade. We know that, now that if they try to lean in like more, it always is, it sort of loses, everything loses its edge. Maybe the third time it's funny when it's like this beautiful landscape and it pans to Hitler and he takes a sip of his Starbucks and then the ad, the logo pops up and it cuts black. Next commercial, but until then, it's really not.
Cultural shift happening in the US. We're seeing a move away, even in these commercials that are so typically woke.
The zeitgeist showed it wasn't cool to be progressive or liberal.
When you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people. And you equate that with danger.
Another human I would just deport
I'll say, I kind of hope so, because I'm trying to stay safe too.
immediately.
We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood.
Platforms no longer care about political correctness. Corporations no longer celebrate Pride Month.
Google, no change. IBM, no change. Microsoft, no change.
Or any month for that matter. It's like they never cared about anything. Wow. Interesting.
Even Starbucks roached out on the gays?
Country is taken over as the most popular genre of music.
You have been the light of the day. You are such a gift. You brought such light.
Look around you. Everything is a byproduct of what came before it. The overbearing need for social responsibility and pure morals of years past has now been replaced by a culture ready to eat up whatever seems authentic, no matter how shitty at its core. When something feels too clean,
time to smile shit. Alright, the guy. But I'm not gonna sit here and shit on the community. So I already shit on Josh Johnson. But it's sort of like, it's only because it's sort of, it's a result of like algorithm comedy. Even when it is authentic, when it's given to you by the algorithm, it's Josh Johnson, it's Andrew Schultz. And it quickly falls apart in your hands as it was a fake thing all along. It's like a dream, or something. Sacks of money. I guess maybe that doesn't make sense, but whatever. You sort of go, it wasn't, the algorithm I don't think is fit even to really be giving people. Maybe it is. I hope so. I hope it is. Shit, I'm on it. I'm in the algorithm. But I'm just not sure if it is. I mean, lower in frame, I'm trying to lower it to this. It's just, it turns into this shallow sort of thing. Lil Nas X, man, that was fucked up. Shit. throwing ass on the devil. But it is important for the kids to see, the whole trajectory a little bit. I don't know. If they saw the first half, they should see the second half a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'll let it play. How about
People crave mess. When everything's ironic, sincerity starts to look rebellious. Every era gives us ideas and moments that change the world as we know it. Then we move on. The social justice movement didn't vanish, it dissolved. It was absorbed into the culture. The language changed, the expectations changed, and the boundaries moved. And once that happens, it stops feeling like a movement at all and just becomes the new normal. The past decade of hip hop has been liberating. The genre doesn't take itself nearly as seriously anymore. The gender norms have been broken, and artists are free to bend their voices, their images, and their identities however they want. The demand for change has been met. The movement has
There's no way they got a Bob Dylan song on the end of that. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
served its purpose. Death is inevitable. Death is healthy. Nothing, no sound, no movement, no era can or should stay mainstream forever. Now that the people have made their money and the vultures have moved on, it's time for a reset. It's time to go back underground and come up with something new. The Kendrick Drake beef wasn't just a rap moment, it was a reminder. Culture changes when someone chooses to change it. When people stand up and decide the old rules.
I'll say my bad, Canadian man. Dang. Too bad. I would like an email still about whether or not he is a Canadian maker of this, the crafter, creator. And this one, I would like to know. You got my information, but yeah, no, it was good though. I will say this.
Rules don't apply anymore. Every era ends the same way, with a spark, a fracture, a moment no one saw coming. And maybe, just maybe, we're closer to that moment than we think.
Yeah,
but you want to see these two worlds collide.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was a good one. Holy shit. Probably took me an hour. I have to cover that. Yeah, it's a little extra on top. Just covering that. I don't really have anything else. Yeah, I'll be streaming randomly. Okay, and then expect the uploads on Thursdays. Yeah, on random Thursday. Not on particular Thursdays either. All right, not just any old Thursday. I don't know. Might be good. We'll figure something out. Yeah. All right, stream randomly. Stay ready. Holy shit, 2.5 hours. This was